Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT The Game Season 1, Episode 6. Let's get straight into the action. The camera pops on with Tom Phillips, Nigel McGuinness, and Steve Corino. Tom Phillips welcomes us to NXT, and we're reminded that tonight we'll learn who the #1 contender to the NXT Championship is when Andrade Cien Almas takes on Eric Young, who takes on Tye Dillinger. A triple threat match. Nigel reminds us that that's not all, as we'll have a massive 8-man tag, as well as the continuation of the NXT Women's Championship tournament. Steve Corino says we'll have all this and so much more tonight, here on NXT. And about that terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Aleister Black defeats Patrick Clark in 5 minutes with the roundhouse kick. Aleister Black continues his winning ways here in NXT as he defeats Tough Enough's former competitor, Patrick Clark. The camera now pops up as Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa show up on screen. The cameraman rotates and shows us the newest NXT tag team, the rather large and in charge Heavy Machinery, Dozer and Tucker Knight. Johnny Gargano says that tonight they'll be teaming with DIY. Tommaso Ciampa cracks a joke only Johnny Gargano gets. Dozer says he's happy to be here in NXT. Tucker Knight says it's been a long time coming for him. Tonight, DIY will team with Heavy Machinery to take on the Authors of Pain and the Blake and Murphy Factor. Alright, next, another hype video. Mr. NXT is coming. And he's coming soon. And about that terrible wrestling and no heat. Billie Kay defeats Liv Morgan in 8 minutes with the boyfriend stiller. We had Peyton Royce distract Liv Morgan, causing to the victory for Billie Kay. The iconic duo is, well, they both rather have advanced to the semifinal rounds here on the NXT Women's Tournament. And again, Billie Kay defeats Liv Morgan here tonight. Next week, though, we'll have the first of 2 semifinal matches in the NXT Women's Championship Tournament when Ember Moon takes on the other half of the iconic duo that we just saw win, Billie Kay. As we see Blake and Murphy backstage again, we see them with Velvet Sky. The fans boo. Velvet reminds us that we're in the new era of the It Factor, and the sky, see what I did there, is the limit. Velvet Sky said that, well, tonight they team with the NXT Tag Team Champions, Paul Ellring's Authors of Pain. It's just the first step in getting noticed by NXT Commissioner William Regal. Blake and Murphy continue to hype in the background as Velvet continues. Velvet finishes the promo by saying that this is the era of the It Factor. It's been ushered in. Believe it, because they're going straight to the top. So Velvet Sky promoting her boys, Blake and Murphy here. In a poor match, Blake and Murphy and the Authors of Pain defeat DIY and Heavy Machinery in 11 minutes when Murphy defeats Tucker Knight by pinfall with the Murphy's Law. In terms of ring work, Johnny Gargano was head and shoulders above everyone else. The Blake and Murphy Factor and the NXT Tag Team Champion Authors of Pain defeat Heavy Machinery and DIY tonight. We now get a video hyping Bobby Roode, the NXT Champion Bobby Roode's return to in-ring action next week. So the Gloriously Insane storyline has advanced as Bobby Roode will be back in action next week here on NXT. We get a big entrance now for Tye Dillinger as he takes on Eric Young of Sanity and Andrade Cien Almas for the #1 contendership to the NXT Championship, and that's coming up next. And about that decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, Eric Young defeats Andrade Cien Almas and Tye Dillinger in 18 minutes when Eric Young defeats Tye Dillinger by pinfall with the World Bell Neckbreaker. Killian Dane attacks Dillinger as well as Alexander Wolf attacking Dillinger. And Eric Young will be facing at NXT TakeOver Chicago none other than the glorious one, Bobby Roode. That will end it for NXT this week. Let's see what our rating is. Hopefully not too bad. Absolutely awful again. Jesus. We're going to have to really try to pull ourselves out of the gutter here. Either way, this was NXT The Game Season 1, Episode 6. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll be back in a couple days with another episode of NXT TV.